So what does it mean to be the master of every situation? I'm Daizan, part of a Zen community called Zenways. We're based in London, but we have students all over the world and we're teaching fairly widely these days. You can participate in our practice and our work via our website, zenways.org. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We have quite a lot of online live broadcast material, as well as recorded things too. So do get involved if you're interested. So, the classic Zen master in our background is called Master Rinzai, and he was very strong on this teaching of being the master in every situation. He used to use the image of the host and the guest. If you imagine an inn, okay? So in this inn or this hotel, you have guests who come, who stay for a while, who go again. You have some guests which are basically very quiet, very decorous. They pay their bill, they don't do too much damage, and they're gone. They don't leave much of a wake. And then you have, of course, some guests who are pretty disruptive, noisy, troublesome, whatever. But eventually they go too. The host neither comes nor goes. So you become the master of every situation by being essentially in what is frequently called the host position, that which doesn't come and go. Your reality in this host position is the reality of that which doesn't come or go. So when we begin this process, we're learning initially to be the master internally. So when we, as it were, assume the host position, we're letting everything else come and go. All the thoughts come and go. All the emotions come and go. All the memories come and go. Sometimes it can seem like a blizzard of stuff coming, going, coming, going. And of course, all of us get off into the guest position. We identify with a particular thought. We identify with a chain of memory. We identify with an emotional stream. Whatever, we get pulled hither and yon. And step by step, day by day, breath by breath, we learn how to let the guests come and go without, as it were, leaving the host position. We become the master of this situation. We become meditators, you could say. We become masters of the meditative experience. Now, that, as we do that, provides a kind of a baseline, a kind of a ground zero that we then begin to transfer over into life. And Master Rinzai is very keen that we not only deal with our internal world and internal experience like this, but externally as well. If you're able to maintain your host position, letting everything come and go, experiences, memories, thoughts, people, their input and so on. If you can let it all come and go, you have no suffering. You are where you need to be. You're a person for which no more needs to be done, as he likes to put it. So this is kind of simple. It's simple to express, it's simple to explain. It's not simple to do. In my experience, people do best with this by taking it little bit by little bit by little bit. So you get your meditation practice going as a baseline. Now, we recommend a 100-day initial process. It's all outlined in our book, Practical Zen. And that's our sort of baseline. Now, once you've done 100 straight days of meditation practice, 25 minutes a day, that's all you need to do, but 100 continuous days, then you have a formed habit, okay? That becomes like a shower that you take every day, in which, you know, it's going to happen now and again that you miss your shower, but you're going to have a shower the next day. It's like that's just a part of your life. So your meditation practice becomes part of your life in the same way. Day by day, period by period, you're going to have stormy times, you're going to have quiet times, you're going to get better and better at taking the host position, becoming the master of the situation of meditation. Now, once you've, you know, got a decent foothold in that, I recommend just, you know, once you're doing your 100-day stuff, put your focus on that. But once you're through that 100 days and you've got a basic habit of stillness practice, then you can start to bring this assumption of the host position into life. Now, initially, what works best is to focus on stuff that you're doing solo. So just take one thing: shaving, frying your eggs in the morning, cleaning the bathroom, something that you do repetitively every day. Explore what it means to actually maintain this host position, this place in which there is no suffering, in which there is no problem, just in this one activity. Again, if you can track it, write it down, that really helps. And every day, make a habit of it, build it so that it becomes like a baseline activity for you. Once you're moving towards creating a habit there, assuming this host position in this activity, find another one. Maybe find a third one and gradually build these in, okay? Once you're starting to get this in terms of your solo activities in life, then we're going to move into the big one. The big one is dealing with other people. For most people, your greatest joys and your greatest pains are in relation to other people. So if this practice is going to mean anything, if this mastery is going to mean anything, it's going to actually impact in your interactions with other people. Again, take it small, bite-sized chunks. Think about maybe a person for whom this is relatively easy for you. Ideally somebody that you're going to see every day, and just start to explore your interactions with them. When do I get pulled off? When am I off in the host position? When am I lost? You know, what would it mean to maintain this host position and not be in the guest position, not be pulled around, not be pulled out of myself? Okay, how's that going to be? As this starts to establish with this easy person, then pick somebody else, somebody a little more challenging, somebody a little bit more challenging, until you move up to people who are the real right royal pains in the neck, okay? And, you know, they're wonderful gifts in your life. Almost everybody's got at least one person that's a major challenge. Now, we have this saying in Zen, Buddhas appear troublesomely, ancestors teach in detail. Okay? Basically, that difficult person is the Buddha of the moment, because they're helping you to find your Buddhahood in the moment. If you can take that difficulty positively. If you take it negatively, you're off in the host position, you're a victim, you're a slave, you're a blamer, you're basically lost. Okay? So we're learning to find this different mode. Now, this is a process, this is a work of months, years, possibly more. But the thing is, each little bit, each little corner of life in which we find ourselves able to take this host position That's that bit less suffering in our lives, that bit less lostness in our lives. Now, when we talk about this host position, what it's not is, sometimes people think Zen practice is a bit like walking around with a bowl of water that's full to the brim, and I'm not going to spill a drop, and I'm kind of like a sort of a slightly weird robot. That's not the host position, okay? That's not it. When you're in the host position, you're relaxed, you're aware, you're present, you're in your true self. You're more truly you than in any other mode of existence in life. And that being truly you, weirdly enough, is also where you touch something utterly universal, utterly beginningless and endless. Your you, uniqueness, and this boundlessness, this infinity, and also eternity, all kind of intersect in this host position. The more you make this yours, the more you, as it were, rest into this, the more you become the master of every situation.